But what we'll do is we're gonna do a closing, 2-minute closing, and I believe when we opened it, Chuck began and Debbie was second, so Debbie, you're first, then Chuck.
Okay, thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm sure y'all have other things to do. It's almost Christmas, and I appreciate you taking the time. It shows your concern. I want to talk a little bit about politics in general, and I want to caution you all to be careful when you're looking at your issues and politicians, and don't be distracted. You hear a lot of politicians, and they'll talk about these issues that get people all excited, and push-button issues, and people get all worked up about them, and a lot of times it's stuff they can't even do anything about. And while they're doing that, they're over here picking your pocket. And I'm concerned that that is what's happening to us today. If you don't think that's happening, I'll ask you if you've been to buy a new tag for your car lately. I mean, they've added 7% to that. They've added 7 cents per gallon on gas tax. They've added a $5 per night fee to your hotel tax. All of these things are creeping up on you and you don't notice them. You need to pay attention to these things. And when you look at me, you see I'm not like everybody else. I mean, I've been kind of fighting that fight all along, but everybody's saying, well, you're not a Republican, you're not gonna. Yeah, I'm not. But I'll tell you what I told the guy who said that to me before: you can't get elected if you're not a Republican. I said, well, let me ask you something. You just got through telling me how nobody pays any attention to you and they never come over here and they don't listen to you. Are you going to vote for somebody like me who has to work for 2 years to get your vote? Or are you going to vote for somebody that just thinks they're entitled to your vote because they've got an R next to their name? If that's what you're going to do, then don't be surprised if the same thing continues to happen that's been happening. It'll be the same business as usual that we've had for the last several years. I'm not going to get any endorsements from the governor or the lieutenant governor or from any of the leadership. Nobody's jumping up and down and excited that I'm running. I'm going to be that person out there who's a thorn in their side. And I'm going to question what they do. If you want somebody who's going to question and ask and demand that they prove that what they're proposing is something that we need to have, then you need to vote for me. Thanks.
In 25 years of working publicly in the world of politics, it's because when I got out of the Army in 1988 and became a father shortly after, I was concerned about where we would be in 20 years. And I've done a lot of study and understanding of where we came from as a country and why everything from the civil rights movement. I do believe I have a true depth of understanding in where we've been as a country historically. And when our country was founded on the simple notion, as no time before in the history of the entire world, that individuals were deemed to be blessed of their Creator with the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I truly believe that. Not just part of me that just, it sounds like a good soundbite. It, to me, is a matter of conviction. That we have to understand that if we as a nation ever come to the point where we no longer believe that individuals, all men, all mankind has a right to those life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, then none of us do. As I said a while ago, I believe in truth. And what I just said is an absolute truth. If we do not fight for the rights of all people to understand that we all have those basic human rights as people, then none of us do. And I want my children and my grandchildren to understand, because my greatest fear is that my grandchild one day will question what was freedom. What was freedom? And that to me is tragic. And if I get elected, I promise you I'm going to go to work every day to make sure that that day never comes.
Okay, thank you for coming out this evening. Thank you for taking the time to do this. Take 10 of your friends to vote with you. Thank you, League of Women Voters, for helping us organize this. Merry Christmas.